Hey everyone, this is my Patreon proud reaction to the 22nd episode of World Trigger. Now, last episode, we actually learned a little bit about the neighbor world. There was the snowy one, the marine world one, the war the war focused one, and I think there was one more with like Leo in its name. Those are the ones I remember because we learned about the concept of them being very much like planets and orbiting and circling, and only the ones that are close to us will have one of the ones that are actually close to us at any given time would be the ones that come to us. If that makes sense, you know, it's close proximity to open the gates, and so basically that narrowed down a lot who it could be. Although some of them are irregular, we kind of went over, so there's no guarantee there, but definitely it was getting at that the one that would be attacking us would be most likely the war one or the snow one. I think is kind of what we established. More likely the war one because I feel like we were getting the most focus on them. They had like 13 black triggers, I believe was the number. So after Crater, so that's gonna be a problem to deal with, especially because at the end of the episode, it seems like we're actually they're already mounting their invasion. So it's a bit of a problem to say the least. But I do hope we go to the marine world at some point because that one looked really cool. I'd be okay with going to the snow one as well because obviously we're gonna go to the neighbor world at some point for some reason. So if we do, there's a couple of them I would like to go to, like those for instance. But yeah, that's a little bit way into the future probably. So for now, we have to deal with them attacking us. Who knows how many black trigger users they brought with us? I mean, it's not going to be all 13, of course, but I'm so worried that there could be like at least 6, and that's pretty bad because we only have the black trigger that Yuma has. We have Fujin, which isn't being used by anyone, and I don't think we have any more black triggers. I mean, actually, they mentioned some kid before, I think. He might have had a black trigger, I don't remember his name. But they mentioned someone else several episodes ago that was really dangerous and hard to control. He might have been an S rank too. I don't remember exactly how that conversation went, but so maybe that'd be a black trigger, but the point is that they bring like 6, I think we're out black triggered. But this intro's been long enough as it is. I'm kind of excited to see exactly how this goes, so let's do that. 3, 2, 1, play. But I do hope somebody actually uses, Fujin in this battle. I don't even care who it is, but preferably Jin. Yeah, very, very near future. Interesting hearing Miku. Yeah, that's the marine one. That one looks really cool. Oh yeah, Chika's also getting along well with Natsume, which is nice. Because Natsume seems cool. I was a little bit iffy on her at first, but I have come to like her. Okay, there's a familiar neighbor, narrator. I almost called him the neighbor. Yeah, so I wonder what nation attacked back then. Was it also Akrafatar? Something that just occurred to me. It'd be pretty interesting if during that first neighbor attack, there were some humanoid neighbors that came along, but nobody knew about humanoid neighbors, so they were able to blend into society and they just kind of act like spies, sending information back to the gate. That'd be really cool if they did that. It'd be especially cool if there was some neighbors that infiltrated border and they have no idea they're secretly neighbors. That would be really cool as for a plot twist material. But anyway, let's focus on the matters at hand instead of all this speculation. I just think it'd be hilarious if Miwa had like a best friend that was secretly a humanoid neighbor. That would be the funniest thing in the universe. Oh god, that is quite an invasion. No kidding. Yeah, we need everyone for this. Uh, Mikumo, get out there. Yeah, I need to leave, Sensei. Maybe I'll be back later. Who knows? Yeah, this is at the level of 4 years ago. Exactly. But this time we actually have border established, so it won't get as many casualties as last time. I can almost guarantee that. Yeah, we have border. Border with its giant thick walls that only Chica could possibly penetrate. Which hopefully they fix that hole. Yeah, this necessitates that. I trust you, Natsume. Don't let me down. Because I'm worried about you getting kidnapped, so your job to make sure that doesn't happen. Words of encouragement from my classmates. Well, schoolmates. Everyone. Yeah, if we lose, who knows what could happen? Who could be captured? Who could be killed? Just love those particle effects. Yeah, seeing it with border, the border tag is still interesting. Yeah, Sui is still technically C rank. I was curious about that, so why couldn't they attack after they got B rank? They're so inconsiderate. Yeah, hopefully people have somewhere they can evacuate to. Yeah, good thing we have several squads. We're gonna really test our tactical position in here. We haven't seen any humanoid neighbors yet, though. They might come out, like, after everything's been spread out. Because we know there's gonna be some. Possibly that one that Yuma met in the one flashback. So many traffic cones. This is no time to be waiting. Well, yeah. It'll be bad for PR. Yeah, that's a real problem with people dying and getting captured. Uh, Amo, is that the one kid that I talked about a little bit ago? That we haven't really seen, but it's supposed to be pretty good, pretty powerful, pretty hard to control? I think so. Oh, damn. Yeah, you better be good if you can handle that by yourself. Why don't you go out there and fight? I guess that's reassuring to hear. Oh, traps. They really are prepared. That's good to see. That'll be pretty good for handling the small fry. They'll do nothing against, like, the humanoids, but definitely good against a small fry. Okay, it seems like we definitely are fairly prepared for this, so I'm not super worried about, like, you know, border being destroyed or anything, but I'm still worried about Chica. Because she's the tastiest morsel that the neighbors are gonna go after. But yeah, it's so cool to see all the squads actually working together for a common goal instead of fighting our protagonist. Well, yeah, the urban areas where they can get the people, so that's where they want to go. It's a really good thing we can control where the gates actually launch, otherwise this would be much worse. So it's a good thing we took out those little guys from before. I wonder if we were gonna get an opening this episode. It's good to hear, but we haven't heard anything about the humanoid neighbors yet. That makes a big difference. Yeah, very good point. Oh, that didn't sound good. Is there something in there? Like maybe a bunch of smaller neighbors or humanoid neighbors? I meant to say smaller Treon soldiers. It probably shoots energy beams out of that mouth, doesn't it? Uh, so yeah, I think this is what Yuma might have been worried about. And they don't look super powerful, but I could be wrong. They definitely look agile. Like, they can probably dodge pretty well. I think he's concerned. There's the opening. But yeah, things are still not as bad as they could have been, because this is the same country that brought in the little ones that, you know, the incident he was talking about. They try to be able to summon gates wherever they wanted, and if they were able to summon gates wherever they wanted, this would have been much worse. There would have been a lot more casualties. Like, orders of magnitude more casualties. So that cannot be understated how good it is that they were able to take care of that. And of course, like I said, it's good that they don't have the away mission. They don't have their best squads out on away missions, because that could have really screwed them over too. And you know, they got Gene and Amo, I think they call the other guy. So Gene doesn't have his black trigger anymore, I don't think. So I don't know why they would, you know, expect so much from him if he doesn't even have his black trigger with him. Unless they just gave it back to him and I didn't realize it, but I don't think they did that. Although I'm technically not positive that Amo has a black trigger, but I think they said he did before. I want to say. I'm sure some of the really powerful members of Border are pretty excited about this, being able to really let loose. Yeah, I guess if it's new, that alone makes it pretty dangerous because they don't know what to expect. Oh, it actually is oddly intimidating. Uh, that slow movement. Yeah, I'm starting to pick up on that too. I mean, it's clearly a Treon soldier, but... I mean, he can't run away, so he's kind of cornered because the shell is behind him. Oh. Whoa, whoa. That is fast. Yeah, pay attention. Just bitch slapped into a wall. I don't think you get back up after that. Yeah, I don't think you want to do that. This might be something that only the A rank can really deal with, like, as a squad. Uh, it also seems pretty intelligent. Oh. Uh, uh, I guess it's meant to capture people. But can't he just bail out before he does that, though? Okay, there we go. He just headshotted his companion so he could bail out. That would have been terrifying. Can you imagine being trapped in that little guy like an Iron Maiden or whatever? Yeah, these are definitely their trump card. You know, not counting the actual humanoid neighbors, which I'm sure are around somewhere. Well, I guess he's kind of humanoid too, but it's not what I meant. I meant the really human ones. Well, I guess it makes sense because they want people with a lot of Treon, and a lot of people with a lot of Treon would join borders. So, but they do have the bailout function, which makes that harder. Of course, Chica doesn't have that because she's C rank, so that's still a problem. And now I'm even more concerned about her being captured because they're specifically targeting border agents. Rabbit. It's oddly fitting. Yeah, instead of a lot of little ones, it's one high powerful one. Yeah, they're definitely at another level. So be careful, in other words. It doesn't care. It's fast, it's solid, it seems pretty smart. Like, oh, you have to just be really powerful to take these things on. And it can shock us too. Good god. These things seem OP to me. That is so creepy. Just, ugh. It's like the worst hug ever. Somebody get him to bail out. Okay. We need to break this thing now. Yeah, we're done here. That squad is done here, I mean. Somebody show up and help. Ah, he missed. Wow, it's him. Recognize that voice anywhere. Okay, now that Cosmo's here, we should be able to take it down. Yeah, they might not have been able to take this out, but I'm sure Cosmo's squad could. If they don't underestimate it. Do you think that's creepy when he tries to grab you? That's the worst. I don't think you would help that much. No offense. Because, you know... Yeah, exactly. I wasn't trying to phrase it, but that was pretty much what I was getting at. Yeah, dying will not help anyone. You could be a little bit nicer about it, but... Yes. I think A rank should be the only ones that actually fight those things. Everybody else just kind of try to stall them until an A rank squad nearby shows up. That might be the best strategy to deal with these rabbits. You know, I do appreciate that they show me names for a lot of these people, but I'm not gonna remember most of them. I guess the new type is just what we're gonna call it. That's what they call it, the rabbit, but... I guess word hasn't gotten around. That seems to be his biggest concern. We do need to be careful. I agree that we need to take this very carefully. True. Nobody has anything to say to that. Oh, so finally we get to see them actually participating in combat. They make a good team. Mikumo just taking some of the blows and Yuma taking the chance to take it down. Which makes sense. Mikumo's more of a defensive... I was gonna say player, but it's not like it's a game. Well, that was too close for comfort. I want to see Mikumo fight one of the rabbits. Like one-on-one. Yeah, this is a large-scale invasion, alright. Just fighting everywhere. Well, yeah, I mean, we already established that this is the war-focused nation. Oh, finally we get to see them. The 4, 5, 6. There's 6 of them. Are they all black trigger users, or...? That was an evil smirk if I've ever seen one. Didn't even say a word. It's really time for some education, Yuma. You should be out there fighting. What are you gonna do? Oh. I guess what you would do is information. Yes, I do remember that. That's where all the gates appeared. And now we're trying to get them to not leave that area. I bet Saitama would be okay with living in there. And that's where they want to go. Yes, in short. Well, that's not good. Yeah. It was already obvious, but there's some confirmation that is a nation that's attacking. Okay, that was the 22nd episode of World Trigger. I see my cat's now kind of stretching out. So this episode, the invasion has officially begun. We had just hundreds of Trion soldiers just coming out of the gates. And of course the gates are in the Forbidden Zone, but they're spreading out in different directions, which is why we need to get our squads like positioned in each direction to cover it each. And some of them we just cover with like one person, like Jin over here, over there, so I'm sure they can handle it. At least they seem to be sure that they can handle it. And of course, like I said, Mikumo's squad could see what was going on from the school, so they're heading out to help as well. We didn't really get to see them do much this episode combat-wise. We saw them like fight maybe one or two there near the end there. But I think next episode we're probably going to get a bit more of those two like getting involved in the fighting. And if the previous to be believed, somebody's going to start attacking Yuma that's on our side, so that'd be a problem. It'd definitely be a problem. You really can't afford to just do that to one of your most powerful allies, but I'm sure that will work out fine in the end. And yeah, there's really not a lot to say on this episode beyond the fact that we now have a very large battlefield. We have many squads. We have to position them, make tough decisions about where we focus on, what we do, and there is a little bit of disagreement in the border HQ. But you know, the higher up Kido does say what he thinks on the matter, and that's kind of the end of it for the most part. It seems like. But we got to see a lot of squads fighting, some like B rank squads and stuff, which you know they can do fine against most opponents. But they revealed something called the Rabbit, which is or a new type they also seem to be calling it, which is a big threat because it seems to be kind of like you know, small, dense but powerful sort of thing mentality with that. It doesn't have a lot of space, so it can only capture one person at a time. So the strategy with that is instead of getting the big ones to capture like 100 normal people, it captures like one high-ranking border agent, and the Trion levels would still be comparable because people in border have more Trion than average. So especially if you can get like an A rank, if you can pull that off. Which is definitely possible, because most A ranks probably couldn't 1v1 a rabbit. They kind of need to work together as a squad to take them down. So a reckless move or two, I can see them a rabbit being able to capture an A rank, which would be more valuable than like 100 regular people. Especially if you can convince them to like fight for you in your army or whatever. I mean, it's up in the air whether or not that would work, but my point is that there's a lot of value in there, and that seems to be the strategy because obviously they get summoned in the Forbidden Zone, so the first people they meet are the border agents. So it makes sense that they might want to switch strategies to just getting them because they're the easier ones to grab than just the normal people that border defends with their lives. So I definitely get that logic, that train of thought. But yeah, the rabbits are a problem, but most of the other Trion soldiers are just, you know, just slowly taking them down. Especially because they do have traps that like come out of the ground and fire and stuff, like turrets. So we do have some defensive measures like that, which is good. But still, there's a lot of Trion soldiers to fight, so that's kind of the advantage they have. Well, and the rabbits, of course, they're also quite an advantage. I don't know how many of them they have. Probably not a huge amount because they're probably very expensive to make. They probably take up a lot of Trion to make those rabbits, but they're a real threat. If we can take them out, we'll do well. The problem is we're already kind of struggling because of them, and we haven't even fought the actual neighbor humans yet. And I'm sure they have at least a few of them with black triggers. I don't know if all 6 of the people we saw in that little evil council have black triggers. Some of them probably just have regular triggers. It's probably half and half if I had adventure, I guess, but I'm sure there's at least 3 black triggers. I'd be shocked if there was any less in this invasion. So that's a problem because they haven't even done that yet, and we're already kind of struggling a bit. So hopefully we can deal with it. We definitely seem prepared, but are we prepared enough? That's the question. And judging by the pace of this episode, I think this invasion is going to last a while, like at least 7 episodes, probably more like 10. 10 would probably be where I would put my guess about how long this invasion is going to last. But yeah, it's going to be cool when we actually get to see some more people fighting. You know, Jin, Kazuma. We have it set up to see Kazuma fight next episode. I think that's what we're kind of setting up for. He'll fight the one rabbit. But yeah, there's tons of people. Why am I blinking on his one name? Jean's rival. The one that was similar to him but different. K, I think he was. But anyway, yeah, just we're already familiar with a lot of the best people in Border, you know, Arashiyama Squad and Kazuma Squad. It's just all the cool ones. So I look forward to getting to see them all just fight, doing their best, being able to really fight to their fullest. Because a lot of the A rank squads, I'm sure they like go out, they fight, you know, the Trion soldier of the day. Like, well, that's a good job. Let's go home, guys. Let's have a drink. But with something like this, you get to really fight until you're like, you can't fight anymore, if you know what I mean. And if you've gotten to the point where you're really powerful and your normal fighting is just a matter of course, it's just going through the motions, you can get pretty excited about something like this because you can just really fight. Because a lot of anime have had plots like that where a really powerful person is just so excited to have a worthy opponent, you know? That phrase gets thrown around a lot, worthy opponent. So, because you actually get to really use your full power. So yeah, I think some members of Border are probably going to be pretty excited about this, but some members of the higher up are definitely worried about PR, and like if we lose people and lose buildings, like people are not going to have a very good opinion of Border. So let's try to avoid casualties as best we can. But yeah, luckily we have the bailout thing, so it makes it a little bit harder for them to actually capture our Border agents and take them with them. However, the problem is C rank don't have that. They don't have the bailout ability. That's the biggest problem, because there's a lot of C rank. That's the most of them, and they can't defend themselves very well. So they might not be as valuable as like a B rank or an A rank, but they're not going to be that difficult to capture, honestly, if that's where they decide to focus. And Chica is C rank, so just making me progressively more and more worried about that girl. But it doesn't seem like they're focused on her yet, though. So that's one good thing. But like if they came here already knowing about her and like we're already like noticeably focusing on her, that'd be more worrying to be done. But it doesn't seem like they really know about her just yet. That may change, but hopefully Natsume can keep her safe. But yeah, not really much more to say on it beyond that. But yeah, it's quite an epic invasion. Hopefully we keep casualties to a minimum, and hopefully nobody we care about dies or gets captured. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.